For Immortal Technique's complex, provocative, and politically charged music made him one of the most respected independent rappers on the East Coast. He had to get his fans to vote George W. Bush out of office with the aptly titled track Impeach the President. The revolutionary got his own documentary and built an orphanage in Afghanistan using the profits of his album The Third World. Before he became the executive VP of Viper Records and independently moved close to 200,000 CDs, bringing his net worth to an estimated $2.5 million. Technique's family left Peru in the midst of a civil war, only to land in Harlem during the crack epidemic of the 1980s. He was an extremely intelligent, well-read young man, but found his school wasn't very engaging. Distracted by quick riches and petty theft, he racked up a criminal record in his teens that resulted in a prison sentence when he was just 20. But it was while behind bars that Felipe started to write down his thoughts on social issues and how a nation's history can explain the troubles of today. What's going on, guys? My name is MCCRUDDEN, documenting the life of Immortal Technique prior to fame, here for you on Before They're Famous. Now, we've also covered some underground legends like MF Doom and Tech 9. Be sure to check those out, and as always, let me know in the comments down below who you want me to document next. Technique was born Felipe Andre Coronel on February 19, 1978 in Lima, Peru. He is native as well as African, French, and Spanish ancestry. His mother's father was a slave from the Caribbean who bought his freedom and moved to South America. As the 1980s rolled in, Peru's economy collapsed and the people found themselves in the center of a civil war. Looking for opportunity and a safer place to raise his family, Felipe's father moved the family to New York. Yeah. Shockingly, Harlem in the 1980s during the crack epidemic was still safer than Peru, and their family did quite well. They weren't poor and had the basics, but young Felipe found himself falling into a life of petty crime by his teens. Driven by material wealth, if he saw something he wanted, Felipe had no issues committing a B and E or robbing something to get it. His juvenile stunts got him arrested numerous times throughout his time at Hunter College High School, but it was some drama in university that would finally land him in jail. After attending Pennsylvania State for a few months, he went to a party and got in a massive fight with a group of crack dealers. He and his friends beat them so bad he was facing 5 to 10 years. The DA pressured him to snitch for a reduced sentence, but Felipe refused. He hired a killer attorney instead, and he got sentenced for 1 to 2 years. Now I remember calling my mom from college being like, "I'm having too much fun." I would have hated to have to have called her and said, "I'm not having any fun because I'm in jail." About the School of Hard Knocks. While behind bars, Felipe continued to up his rap game and write down lyrics that combined historical references with complex social metaphors. When his parole date came a year later in 1999, Felipe's father said he could live with him as long as he kept attending school, so he enrolled at Baruch College for Political Science. Felipe found the material so engaging he upped his GPA from a 2.0 at Penn State to a 4.0. Despite his intelligence, after 2 semesters there, he quickly realized that all that schooling, well, it wasn't doing much good for him in the real world. He couldn't find a decent job, and he may not have gotten a diploma when he left university, but he definitely had some wisdom to spread to the mass. Rapping under just technique, he battled MCs left and right, and soon was taking home a top prize at freestyles across the city. His socially perceptive lyrics and articulate flow quickly made technique a staple of the underground hip-hop scene. He added Immortal, believing a person can live on through their contributions to the world. This paired with technique was a combo that he believed could change the world. After performing at the Rocksteady Anniversary and Braggin' Rights, he started working on his first album, Revolutionary Volume 1. When it came to distribution, record labels wouldn't touch him, wanting a more pop and less hardcore political message. He made a point to stay away from labels for the rest of his career and instead took his rap battle winnings to do it himself. He managed to move 3,000 copies during his 2001 release. The track Dance with the Devil became a classic East Coast track and got him a spot in the Sources column Unsigned Hype. He released Volume 2 in 2003 and again made waves when he became the only unsigned rapper in history to get the hip-hop quotable from the Source. As for the rest of the story, well, you know the story because this is Before They're Famous. My name is MCCRUDDEN and we do all sorts of celebrity bios on here. We do a lot of rappers, we also do actors, we do models, we do porn stars, and we even do interviews. Sometimes they're real, sometimes they're fake. I've done one with DJ Khaled. You'll have to watch it to find out if it was real. But be sure to subscribe, browse around, and check out the Tech 9 and MF Doom. We'll see you guys in another video.